People often go right into skill training. They want their skills to get better, but they don't have well-defined strategies that can be utilized to actually create an advantage. So it's vital to take a step back, a big step back, and understand what strategies can be utilized that can enable you to create an advantage time and time again. And the 3 core strategies for creating an advantage off the dribble are as follows. Number 1, to attack and react. Number 2, to deceive and freeze. And number 3, to make your defender move. I'm going to concern myself in this video with making your defender move. When I was a kid, my dad was watching me all the time, and I was playing a lot of one-on-one, and I used to play against my mentor, one of many people that I would play against, but my mentor, his name is Bruce Moore. He's 6'3", and he was a lot taller than me at the time. He's 5 inches taller now, but the gap was bigger then. He could play off of me, still contest my shot, but yet play off of me, and I could perform different moves off the dribble, but we had so much distance in between us. Once I went off the dribble, he could stay in front of me easier because he had so much cushion. And my dad would often tell me, John, you need to make him move. Make him move. And this became a primary emphasis for me when playing against him. I needed to make him move, and then I could counter. So I would attack in one direction or the other. I'd get him moving, and then I would potentially create separation, pull up, go all the way, or set up another maneuver. It was critical to be able to make my defender move, and this is something that I've done for many, many years. It was burned in my brain from a young age. My dad would not only tell me to do this over and over again, but he was also superb at doing it himself. And you can do it too. For example, you could attack in one direction or the other, make your defender move, then step back for the jumper. In this particular play right here, which is the first play of the state championship game my senior year, by the way, I made my defender move, stepped back, and hit the jumper. Notice how I made him move and then countered him and the help defender with the step back. Now, this is a strategy, and there are many ways to execute on this strategy. There are tactics that can be performed. There are various step backs, side steps. You could pull up. There are many things that you can do in terms of carrying out the strategy. But in this video, I want to show you the step back. You could attack in one direction or the other and then step back. Now, let's say that you have in mind that you want to set up your defender to step back. You need to make him move. Well, it's critical as a SuperHandles player that you always have the option to override open. So this means that you may initially want to set up your defender for the step back, but let's say you come upon your defender, you're attacking, and your defender just backs way up. Well, you need to be prepared to quickly rise up for the jump shot. So you may have something in mind, but you need to be prepared to override in order to exploit your defender. So it's critical to always be prepared to counter and exploit your defender. No matter what, make your defender wrong. That's the aim. Work on this in one-on-one games. Work on this when you're playing live. One thing that I've seen through the years that is quite common is for players to not be very strong off the dribble. And when this is the case, if you're getting bumped and you're being pushed way out, well, you need to drop your shoulders, lean into your defender. Make your defender move, but don't let your defender push you out. So attack, lean in, and then be prepared to quickly create space. Now, being able to consistently create an advantage begins with well-developed strategy. You could have a lot of skills, you've worked on your game a lot, but if you don't have well-defined and developed strategy, I'll tell you what, you're not going to be nearly as effective as you could be. Strategy can really give you an advantage. There's much more to the game than just the skills that you execute, although they should be, as a SuperHandles player, you should aim to get them as elite as possible and vast in number. I'm very serious about that, but your skills are driven by your brain. Your muscles aren't operating themselves. It begins in your brain. So by understanding these strategies, you can work on applying them to create an advantage. And then there are other strategies as well, but those are the 3 core strategies for creating an advantage. And within those strategies, I have many others. But in this video, I'm focused upon making your defender move. I hope you found it helpful. Gain the SuperHandles advantage.